Welcome back to some more Steelrising. I've made a thing. Look at this. We've upgraded our new weapon. The Fire and Ice. I've been meaning to play more of this, and so far I'm enjoying it very much. I want to see its capabilities. Unfortunately, we're not putting any points into Alchemy Affinity, which honestly makes me a little sad, but it is what it is. I want to keep trying with this weapon for a little bit. I find it extremely amusing. I do enjoy myself. The parry ability, something this weapon doesn't have. So yeah, let's go ahead and... by the way, I keep seeing that there's something new in the boutique, and I don't understand why. Did we get at any point a new type of weapon? I mean, we have these that... this type of weapons I've never tried. It has an agility affinity for the most part. It's starting at C. Not much when it comes to power or alchemy. Invocation of Lightning. When the elemental properties of these claws are activated, an arc of lightning forms around Aegis and infuses the Franklin claws. I might give these a try a little later. I never used any of this stuff. This is supposed to be power. Another agility one. So the shop does have a few items that I do not own. This is power and alchemy affinity. Nice. Wait a minute. What is this? Where did this come from? I don't have that one. Can I buy it? Can I afford it? It comes with pants and shoes and a hat? Oh, baby. Okay, so there were new stuff in there indeed. Don't mind if I do. I'm not particularly thrilled by the looks of this item, but hey. Have I ever been through here? And what's the reason of this? Why can we camp back here? I don't see any balconies. Oh wait, I do see one. Oh, never mind. This is where we came from. Is someone here? Hello?
No. No, proszę. De grâce. I don't want to die. Not like this. Oh, if I had known, I would have set fire to that monster factory long ago.
Bourgeois.
A monster factory?
Vaucanson's demonic forges. The Gehenna where you were smelted, just like all the murderers of your kind.
Monsieur, I have no intention of harming you. I have come to put an end to the king's actions.
If you're telling the truth, then go away. And let me live.
No.
Monsieur.
Au nom du ciel, put down your weapons. Please, I beg you to spare these poor people.
These poor people? But the streets are empty. There is not a soul there who is still alive.
There are still those who resist. Some good people came here earlier and asked me for a drink. They swore they would liberate the Hotel des Invalides. They looked exhausted, but utterly determined to fight to their very last breath.
Where are they now?
What about the automats? Have you observed their movements?
Convoy, led by those machines, went by here. Countless wagons, loaded with barrels. They came from the north, most likely from the factories. I think something terrible is going to happen.
What do you fear will happen?
I don't know, but I have a terrible feeling. Laissez-moi à présent. You'll draw those creatures to us.
He said they came through here. So this is probably where we're going. How did I miss this guy? We were here last time when we played again the game. Hold on a minute. What was the button? Here we go. Find the riders. We can't get there just yet. We were looking for a hiding spot of the daughter of Vokanson's daughter, I think. Oh. How are you guys still standing? That guy's on fire! We did it! It's happening! And he is hitting his friend. Excuse you? Why am I even fighting you again? Your friend is down. What you gonna do now? Now that's pretty spicy. I didn't know we could set them on fire. I mean, basically, that's what the fire and ice indicates in these weapons. Am I getting a frame drop or something? Something's not right. God damn it. Come on, let me get there. Isn't this how we got in here in the first place? Yeah. Let's keep moving. I don't care for you lot. I've fought you before. I'm not doing it again. I'm outie. Yeah, game is a little staggery today. I don't know what changed. I'm running it with the same settings as before.
They're after us. You must carry on, I beg you.
I'll never make it. I'm out of breath.
Rambo Dejia, Suzanne, just a bit more. We're almost there.
Watch with a broken face. Yeah, but what happened to her? Did she make it? This has to be the way. And this area should also connect to the Riders mission. Dick loot! Essence of a noble spirit. Yes, I would like some more of these big loots, if you please. S'il vous plaît. I see you little garbage gremlin. Oh no, come on. Damn it. Oh! Hey! We fought again, haven't we? I remember your face. I don't like you though. Hey, did you forget about me? I didn't forget about you. I see that we cannot set them on fire with regular attacks. Or my heavy attack without a combo? Spicy! I don't know, maybe we have to stagger them first. How did we do it last time? Oh, we have a mini boss coming. I can see it. Who is knocking on my door? I'll be right back. I return. Sorry about that. Sometimes it happens.
The Ottomans ravaged the church and slaughtered the faithful.
I am getting a little bit of stagger in this area. Not sure why, though. Dear Reverend Deacon, I'm obliged to go to Orleans where my sister who is falling ill beckons me to her bedside. I therefore entrust you with the key to the ossuary and ask you to preside over the funerals in my absence. The Lord be with you. Father Michelot, Église Saint-Marie. So, who are we fighting in here? You, the unstable frost acolyte. I see now. We have to parry them to trigger. Ooh, to trigger the fire. Oh, yeah! Nice! Not on fire anymore, though. I don't think I can parry that one. Uh-oh. Stamina? Stamina! Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Grade 2 stun module. Oh, I might be interested in that one.
It's going to give way.
Right, Susan! It's too late!
Jack! No!
Woman's headpiece. I hear you back there. I was thinking about something just now and I forgot. What did I want? Oh yeah, modules, modules. Right, we have 3 keys. Oh no, what did I remove? Physical damage impact inflicted by edges when her health is at lowest. Increases immobilization, yes, I want that. Efficient ventilation. Internal damage, frost damage caused by rapid cooling. I'm using that pretty often. Slightly increases health. We can change that. Double the duration of alchemical infusions. Significantly increases full rest. This is nice. I'll equip that one. I could change this potentially for increases balance during charged attacks. I have another full res that will bring it up to 50%. Moderately increases the physical damage and impact inflicted by edges when her health is at lowest. Yeah, don't... Internal damage. Rapid cooling. Stable module. This module allows critical attacks to restore a small amount of health. Well then. Is this the new one? No. With this module, Aegis' endurance is restored by half each time she immobilizes her enemy. Countering module. For parry with a shield or shield special moves, not for me. Slightly increases armor by 50. That's nothing to sneeze at. Slightly increases frost damage by 10. I'm already using this. This module doubles the duration of immobilization that Aegis can inflict on enemies. It says the duration. Modules were designed in the secrecy of Eugene de Vaucanson's workshop. I think I need this. This has to be a little different. Doubles the duration of immobilization. That's after we immobilize them. They just stay immobilized for a little longer. That's what I'm getting from this. So what do we have here right now? Fulmination resistance, efficient ventilation, immobilization, stable charging module. I'm pretty happy with those. We could change our bombs to better bombs. I do have a few bombs, but you know, I'm saving them for bosses and stuff. Why is the game so stuttery today? What is going on? Is this the location? Oh my! I was about to say, I wouldn't say no to a Vestal right about now. I was getting my ass beat. We can do upgrades? What do you mean? Sure. I need 3 ingots and 1 bismuth block for this. I'm still pretty far away from leveling up myself, so... Let's wait for a little bit. Oh my god, I bit myself. Ow. Okay, this is our objective, but how about here? Faubourg Saint-Germain. I'll have a look at this neighborhood here.
Leon, they're back.
It's going to be all right. This machine is alone and the door is barricaded.
You won't hold. Did you see how easily those demons entered the church?
Don't be afraid. I mean you no harm.
Seigneur, he can speak.
What do you want with us, Automat?
What happened in this church?
You should know. It was your kind that slaughtered these lambs. I don't think those who were able to escape stand much of a chance either.
Where are the survivors?
They're hiding in the catacombs behind the church.
Why would you tell her that?
That the automats took alive.
1 minute ago you didn't trust me. Where are the survivors? Down there. Okay, I'll go
They
exterminate.
take the gentleman.
We haven't the slightest idea.
That's enough questions now. Leave us be, Vertu.
You just technically gave the enemy the information they needed. Good job. Freaking idiots. Oh, fat shamed again. For a good reason. 2 explosive grenades, let's go! Hello, big fella. I'm coming for you. Again, I don't think I can block the big fellas. We have pretty much the same immobilization, right? Damn, this place is super dark. Brightness, please. Bring this to 65. Crank it up a little bit. This area is extra weird. Maybe I should restart my game? I don't know why it's running like this. I improved the brightness. It's still extremely dark. Lavoisier Sublimator. My favorite. What is this place? Graveyard? And what else could I find in the graveyard? No, I think I might restart my game because it's very, very stuttery, and I do not like it. I'll be back in a sec. I think it's a little better now. I don't know, unless my computer is dying. I fought another one of you earlier. Yeah, the stun is pretty great, actually. Why did you unlock? One hit is all it takes. Actually, that's not a bad thing that happened. We can now upgrade our burettes. I'm ready. Let's go back in there. I can see my anima essence? That is freaking great. Oh, would you look at this? That's a nice shortcut. Oh boy, we also have a balcony this way. Wait a minute. Where did the big guy go? Oh, there he is. I should be using my oil vials more often. Let's get some of our stamina back. Let him do his dance. This gate is locked. Yes, I can see that. But you told me to unlock the door, so I gave it my best. And it wasn't enough. Did he drop loot or is he just icy cold? Wow, would you look at that? We're back here. That's pretty great. Okay. Use a Vestal. How much do I need to level up again? Actually, we're pretty close. I want that bismuth block, though. I have 0 ingots? Really? I say we wait until the next encounter. Some of the big fellas are dropping ingots. Ooh, hello. What the heck was that? Let's try that again, yeah. Oh my god, he was on fire and on ice at the same time. That was pretty great. Essence of a noble spirit. There are so many different ways to go. Wasn't there a balcony on this side of the road? Where did we see it? It was here. I don't suppose I can make this jump. Not from this side, I can't. Okay. Now that's that's quite far, isn't it? Not bad. Here's the other balcony. Taking me to this side of the road. We didn't forget anything back there, did we? Alright. Here goes. Oh, and I can hook back up if I want to. That's a lot of friends. Oh, not you. Thanks. Oh, jeez. I'm locked on the wrong person. Here, all of you. This looks promising. It looked promising until you ruined everything. Find the riders. Ah, we're so close. Purification grenade. Well, sadly, we need more than one to immobilize a single target. Essence of a noble spirit. I'm pretty sure we can now level up if we so desire. Dick loot. No access from this side though. That's a wall we can break. Or we can keep moving forward. Oh, not you. I don't like you guys. Lasting affliction module. Sounds fun. We seem to be going the right way. We can come back here if we want to later. Let's keep fighting this way. I want to see what this place is. Whee! Good aim, dude! Oh wait, we came all the way back to the starting point? Oh! He stopped me? Get out of my face, pleb. Look at this. We came through here, went up there, and on the left side of that road is another Vestal. I love how the maps connect with one another. I mean, basically, this one map, how it interconnects with one neighborhood to another. This is actually pretty fun. I really, really, really love it. What's down there?
I'm getting closer to Les Invalides. Here, I should be able to cross the moat easily.
Yeah, but what's the point of that if it already connects down here anyway? Like, look at this. That attack, I don't think I can parry. Stamina? Stamina? And yes, we can parry that one. I lost so much trying to parry this guy. In my defense, I've never tried before. Cast iron. Well, I want ingots, thank you very much. If you'd be so kind. I've been looking all over for them, and they're the cheapest. Come on, game, you can do better than that. Is there any loot up there? We could have gone all the way up to the balconies instead if we wanted. And yet, I can't see if there's anything up there. There is not. So, are we going by boat? Or are we just diving in or something? I keep talking about my platforming abilities. That could have gone a lot worse. Oh, thanks for the heals. We use one, we got two back. I'm a happy bunny. How much do I need to gain a level? Well, definitely more than 20,000.
The debt was no longer sustainable, Your Majesty. Your mechanical revolution has changed the face of the kingdom, but the coffers are woefully empty.
The debt, Monsieur Necker. This debt that you and your banking friends helped to create for your own benefit, and which is now forcing us to levy new taxes? Will my subjects be able to bear another tax?
Yes, Your Majesty, as long as it is distributed fairly. The representatives of the nobility, the clergy, and the Third Estate must come to an agreement. That is why we have convened the Estates General. Tomorrow you are to preside over the opening ceremonies.
Your Estates General. Nothing good can come of it. You have roused the spirit of rebellion. All I hear about are their damned cahiers de doléances. My rightful enjoyment is being challenged. The streets of Versailles are teeming with loudmouth fanatics with sacrilegious thoughts. Tell me, Monsieur le Ministre, have you purposely set this army of the unwashed against me?
Your Majesty, I have always been your most faithful servant.
Beware, Necker. Beware. I have a surprise in store for anyone who dares attack my throne.
King Louis is such an asshole. Pair of spectacles. Something really terrible happened to our friend. I wonder if he's the next man in the box. Oh, the music here is so nice. That doesn't look like an arena at all. I didn't find a Vestal on the way here, right? Oh no. I like your key? Question mark? Why? Treasurer of Les Invalides. What the heck are these? What are these gremlins? Oh, I can't even aim at them. Does he care about bombs? Oh, he doesn't like those now, does he? Stamina, come back to me. Music is excellent. I don't have any more bombs. He's slow as fuck, though. Second phase, what do you do? Should be okay if we stay out of range of that. Or out of that. Ooh, Jesus Christ, girl! Your stamina! You okay? Should I call an ambulance? It's a man in the box. A man in the box, babe.
Suzanne, my dear Suzanne, take my hand, please. Don't let them take me away. No. Oh no, this has to stop. I don't want to be tormented anymore.
That is not my intention. I have come to rescue you.
Rescue me? But what on earth are you?
It is of no importance. What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, rageful wraiths filled with pain and sorrow. And it was cold enough to curdle the blood. Oh, it's impossible to describe. All the rage and anger. I was in another body, I think. So big, so powerful. And there was this commanding voice, ordering me to spread terror and death. Did I really hear it? Or did I momentarily lose my mind?
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Necker, Ministre des Finances. Well, I was before I was captured. But this situation suggests that the king has decided to dismiss me from his service.
What does he accuse you of?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, no doubt. And most of all, for having been the first to ask to convene the Estates General.
How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, my wife and I fled our home to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wantonly mowing down the faithful. My wife, my poor wife, she wasn't able to escape. I'm sadly convinced of this. As for me, my life was spared only so I could be tormented. What is the meaning of all this?
I could put you back in the box if you want.
What will you do now?
There is no future for me in this kingdom. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my departure as soon as possible.
I will take you to the Cordelier convent. You will be safe there.
Wait, did I just teleport back? Oh no. Oh no, but I'm not done yet! I didn't find the writers!
À la bonne heure, she's back.
Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur,
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you.
I love your doily dress.
As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to separate until they had established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters, praying for the salvation of the people of Paris. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
What do you mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him. Monsieur Necker.
I owe you my life, madame. So I am embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear. After everything I've done for him. My abnegation.
Because he's an asshole?
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refuse to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally filled the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts. Bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire de fer in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect. I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going round at Versailles for a while now. It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him. I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. We were separated in the Église Sainte-Marie, on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
You got it. La Belle Gabrielle, the 25th of April 1789, to the Marquis de Lafayette, my dear husband. As agreed, I received Monsieur Mercier, director of the Botanical Garden, this morning when he got off the boat and found him in a very poor state after his long voyage. However, he made a point of visiting the plantation before giving me his enlightened opinion. He deemed the soil to be excellent and recommended that nurseries be built to grow some 500 young clove trees. Harvesting ladders should be built as well as drying sheds and storerooms. Please tell me as soon as possible, my dear, if you agree to these arrangements. I long for you and hope with all my soul to see you again in this distant land that is so dear to us. Adrien. we can finally level up. You left so many messages! To Abbe Grégoire, Paris priest of Abermenil, mon père, the rules of our order forbid us from taking part in secular affairs. It is through prayer and prayer alone that we shall save the souls of those whom the Lord, in his holy grace, decides to call back unto him. I entrust you with this the reliquary of our brotherhood, and pray that you, as well as those who seek shelter by your side in the refectory of our convent, will keep it safe from the destruction that could befall us. May God keep you and protect you. Father Etienne, prior to the order of observant friars minor or whatever. Ladies, sorry, well, you guys were wearing dresses. I got confused. From Aki Saint-Domingue, 20th of March, 1789. Oh God. God willing, this letter will reach you before the States General. We encourage you to rage whilst Versailles and not merely stick to agricultural issues. We must argue that we have no depute, and that whatever the white representatives demand should not be the laws for us. Stand strong and fight the contempt they have for us. We also recommend that you speak with Monsieur Necker. His charitable works exude humanity and hint that he is a man who is open to the oppressed. Farewell and good health, your friend and brother, Francois Raymond.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased to see you again. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such a capable bodyguard as yourself. It is a miracle that we got here safely.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
What do you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hotel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest plantation owners in the Empire. Those from Saint-Domingue and the Petite Santé, our most formidable adversaries. They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going, and resort to the vilest methods to achieve their ends. They worship nothing but money. Their greed is matched only by their cruelty. Regrettably, my interests occasionally require me to suffer their company. 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business with the Admiralty, when I overheard a conversation between two planters from Bastère. If they are to be believed, the Club de Massiac is plotting to create sleepless slaves, des esclaves sans sommeil. Those were their exact words. It's hard to say what this could possibly mean, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to their slaves to force them to toil day and night, without rest. Our organization will not let these poor souls endure such a hell. Aegis, we must look into this. It is a matter of great urgency.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you any different from the planters you condemn?
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre? S'il vous plaît, do tell.
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your indigo plantation?
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition. No one would have the audacity to deny this.
If that's the case, then why wait? Free them. You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their expense. The truth is, you refuse to upend the established colonial order because your entire fortune depends on it.
Ooh.
It's easy to criticize from atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the realities of Saint-Domingue. What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, without a livelihood, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No. I must act with both compassion and realism.
Any reform, revolutionary or not, must be taken step by step, with moderation and prudence.
This reform is not so difficult. I've begun it myself at La Belle Gabrielle, my plantation in Guyane. There you will not find slaves, but workers who earn a weekly wage. And my plantation is no less profitable.
Ah, yes, profit. Because that's the most important thing. Don't you see, the law of nature gives every man the right to cultivate his own land?
Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no time to quarrel. What Monsieur Raymond has related to us is extremely worrying. We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves as quickly as possible. Aegis, you are the only one who stands a chance of making it to the Hotel de Massiac alive.
Can I convince you to invest in some thorium lights in here? Because good lord, is it dark.
Monsieur de Mirabeau. Minister Necker claims that you are a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my last breath? This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend myself once again?
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the King's chambers.
What lock could resist your talents?
Minister Necker said it was indestructible.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. Who could help you? After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. Nothing that can resist the expertise of our dear Monsieur Bailly. Why don't you ask him for help?
I'll be sure to do so.
Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well, our gunpowder commissioner. I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow the door off that stubborn safe.
Good. I will go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an urgent matter to attend to.
You are forgiven for everything.
In that case, it has been a pleasure, madam.
No, you ain't going nowhere. We're not done here. Hold on. My god. L'Ami du Peuple numero something. A political and impartial journal by Monsieur Marat. What use are wit, finesse, audacity, and tenacity if they are not employed in favor of the common good? The people shall not forget that a year ago Monsieur Necker signed a pact of organized famine by announcing in the summer of 1788 the threat of a shortage to come. He deliberately stoked the high cost of bread. How much are we talking? Then, using this inflation as a pretext, he established a public monopoly, depriving bakers of their freedom to procure their supplies as they see fit. This, dear readers, is how our philanthropist has monopolized all the grain in the kingdom to allow his accomplices to benefit from speculation. His friends, ministers, lords, heads of the judiciary, and other clever scoundrels were involved in this plot. Together, these brigands build a profitable business on the misfortunes of the kingdom with the support of all the servants and whores of the court. My pen is free. Please, no. Scroll down for me, text. Please. Hello? Thank you. A little faster, if you don't mind. Yes. You're getting there. After the whores? Yes. Of the court? Yes. My pen is free, citizens, and it will relentlessly pursue Monsieur Necker as long as he remains at the helm of the kingdom's affairs. It will reveal his crimes until, unable to escape the righteous anger of the people, the starver seeks to save himself by taking flight. I waited for this. A pamphlet denouncing Necker.
Eh bien. Do you come bearing news from Monsieur Marat?
No, not yet.
I have it on good authority that he is in the quarries in Montmartre. He's the only person who could show you a way to reach the Bastille. Don't forget.
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots would not be able to fight.
Why is that?
Most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They are seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not lose consciousness go mad or perish on the spot. This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mentioned share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred fire.
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness, perhaps? Others claim that human bones, Mercury and lime were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I'm now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory. And that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion, without needing a key to wind them.
Paternoster quies in celis sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Where should I start looking?
Start by poking around the factories near Monsieur de Vaucanson's workshop. That's where the automats were forged. I'd wager the lanterns were made there as well.
Were you present when the Estates General was dissolved?
Oui, madame. I had a front row seat. I witnessed what it cost to defy the crown. We laid bare before the king the abject misery of his subjects. It was more than he could suffer. So he had the people's representatives dispersed by means of bayonets. At least we only had to contend with soldiers made of flesh and blood. Positively angelic compared to the machines that have swept through Paris.
Goodbye, Monsieur de Robespierre.
Goodbye, Mr. Raspberry. Every single one of you look exactly the same with this stupid hair. I don't know to whom I've spoken to and to whom I haven't. But anywho, we need to take a break, and I will see you all in the next episode of Steelrising. Until then, thank you everybody for watching. Have fun, whatever you do. Take care of yourselves, and do not forget, keep on gaming. I will see you all next time.